Hey, it's Delaney with Swanky Mountain, and I am here today with another review. Today I will be talking about the Sarah Shawl by Ashley Pedersen. Pedersen, maybe? Yeah, P-E-D, Pedersen. This is a brioche and garter stitch shawl. And I could have sworn that I gauge swatched, but I ended up playing quite a bit of yarn chicken on this pattern, which was not the designer's fault. It would have been mine. Okay, yarn, gauge, and blocking. So it calls for 2 different worsted weighted colors of yarn, and creates this beautiful reversible fabric. It is a crescent shawl, and I don't know if this is like all crescent shawls or just this one, but it did kind of create, you can kind of see this angle, this horseshoe situation is what it's called, in the back of the shawl, and she talks about that in her pattern and gives you instructions on how to minimize that and how to block it so it shapes better. She does have quite a few notes, so I would really recommend reading through all of those before you begin on the pattern. Other than that, it's a pretty straightforward brioche pattern. If you've done basic brioche previously, I would say that you totally can go for this pattern gangbuster style. I used Jenny's stretchy bind off as per her recommendation, but I honestly find it to still be a little tight when I go to wear it. See it curved up on me instead of the bottom side laying flat. That could also be my knitting, like how I did the Jenny stretchy bind off, because I've used it a lot, but even, let's see if I can angle the camera down a little bit. So even now, like that, I put it on and the bottom curled up, and it's reversible, so it still looks great like this. But when I bring it down, see it's not laying flat like I would expect a shawl to. The bind off is still pulling against, see, the fabric. So this is something that I've struggled with a little bit on shawl patterns here of late that are not triangular in shape. And I will be frank, I have not done a lot of digging into various solutions. So if you have one, feel free to drop it in a comment below. But in the meantime, I'm just going to continue to experiment with suggestions and options. But yeah, overall, fit is great. The 2-way color is great. I do really love being able to wrap it like a stole. It wears very nicely like this, which frankly will be very comfy around a campfire, and things like that, because brioche makes that kind of thicker fabric. So that is what I have to say about the pattern. Overall, though, the pattern is very easy to follow, clear instructions, all of the things. Needles, I'm pretty sure I used my lace Addy Clicks on these. I need to start taking better notes about that. The yarn is from Wool and Palette. She is an indie dyer, and she dyes all of her yarn using items that she grows or forages from around where she lives. So like the blue here was dyed using logwood, and the taupey color was dyed using walnut bark from a walnut tree. So super cool, super interesting stuff that she does over in her shop. I do not carry her yarn in stock at the store, but we are, as of the making of this video, actively working on a short run little project for some kits, for a project that I think you guys are gonna love for this coming winter season. So otherwise, I would definitely check out her Instagram page and her website. It's because of the amount of work that goes into dyeing in this way. Her yarn is a little bit more on the pricey side, but I personally feel like it's totally worth the splurge, especially for a really great accessory. I've made 2 different accessories out of her yarn, and I simply love it. It doesn't have kind of that shiny sheen that other yarns carry. It holds up really beautifully. It does amazing color work. She talks about where she gets her base from, and I just really, really love it. So there you have it, the Sarah shawl and yarn from Wool and Palette.
I didn't get that.
Oh, Siri. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to drop them below. Don't forget to subscribe to get all, and subscribe and hit notifications so you get notified every time I drop a new pattern and yarn review video. And I hope that you all have a great day.